Mid might need some help tidying up that workshop.
Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. The wine needs more than this.
Is that the thing Tomes helped? To build.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the...
I have it here.
That's the stuff. You're a gent, Sid. Right then. There we have it. The Telemon Malim.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut that.
There's no need.
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep...
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Olympic. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old... Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on...
Well,
That's the spirit! Well?
it certainly feels...
Right?
Thank you.
No, for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavours. And I'm telling you...
Think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Wish I could take one of our...
He cracked the crystal too. Is it business or pleasure? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. Let's not be greedy now. Finished, are you?
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case. Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on, and you might still be doubting your craft. Even after learning the trick of that cuirass, perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a... Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but you could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. Not troubling me exactly. More...
And if you knew how we could arm the curse breakers with even better...
That's about us.
I'll see what I can find. Sharper swords are always... And we can't have our master blacksmith be...
You're a soft touch, you know that, but I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him again?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight in, which made it nice and easy.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me. Fine. If you stop Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects and he's got more money than sense, which is wise. I reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate the warning.
He cracked the crystal too.
What could be wrong with Torgor? I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgor?
So you can read. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said he used to love cracking the bones from Molly's butt. Didn't like him. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to...
Then maybe this all has something to do.
I suppose things have been differences. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything.
Lawsman, I need to...
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But she says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may...
I rather think she might be right. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect if we assume that his newfound magics require... It may well be that the Bones Lady Karen frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals. As to where one might find a suitable substitute... Some antelopes that graze the meadows of...
I don't recall ever seeing any of that.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rare. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida. And that was...
Even so.
Good hunting, Clark.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
crack the crystal too.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto, maybe listen. A little. Listen. I've some bad news, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to sadly, that square turned out to be more of a... I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keeping it from...
Bit late for that.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight, you get Clive to come to you, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame.
We owe 3 of our most trusted...
Each. 5 million. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and well...
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the King's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're going to make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Mark?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Clive!
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out, I charge anyway. Why are you the one here asking if it much sending the Lord Marquis?
Something like that. Most days.
Same as always. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, Word probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would... Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always... And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just...
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you. I reckon what he saw in... And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Come on.
It's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy. When did you get so big? Get it, boy! You all right, boy? Fetch!
Stay down!
Seems this one has a little more life left in it. All right, then. This one. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Oh, Mother Crystal.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthy people. I'm hoping to keep out the riffraff, as he puts it.
My reputation will be ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult time.
Redeem!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping...
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount...
I don't suppose a certain blade was among a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though every ill-gotten coin in Dalamel is said to...
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very kind.
Farewell. It's a wonder the Republic tolerates the existence of the bandit's bed. You would have thought a few dozen good men might put an end to the problem. Then again, what commander would want to march?
Get him! Attack! Over here! Enough! We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged...
Oh, a true work of art. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on. It was made in the Outer Isles and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a... They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that there's a brutal sort of beauty to it.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10, but it is the final stone, a mineral quite foreign. And that is the... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal. Take this, the very stone of which I spoke, and a far more fitting.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector. I am one step ahead of the
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
glass too.
Have the glass.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc? Stop.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accepted...
Ah, but she was just too stuck. She threw it right back in my face, in fact.
Karen refused pay...
I hope it wasn't saying I...
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? Sorry, but you're not quite there yet. All done?
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in...
What debt? I may have tossed a talent or two, but those were donations. And you can...
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper.
Oh, so fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then... Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab a canny one, meanwhile. Might claim it were nicked from the... Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just...
I hear you ended up... Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what...
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then?
Right.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either at...
I knew so little about...
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have... How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died? Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... forget where. We set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duty. Quit my post not long after that. But me and Sid stayed close. Promising. That was... before fate stepped in. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family? We wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how they... Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried for me. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to throw away everything he had. All to right a wrong I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But
this'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Lyd told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good. That'll teach me for treating you like... All right. Now we know what you're after. I can see about...
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. In return, you can thank Tomes for me.
I was just on my way to see him.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. I don't know many. Ta-ra, then.
Were you able to let...
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction.
Very good,
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
But that reminds... Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady...
About how she somehow...
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of... Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, and that number has only grown. As the realm, one can but speculate as to how all of the...
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Crack the crystal too. Joking.
Sorry for the wait. But hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
Whetstone. No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done. Might not be so bad if all you ever fought would you. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last.
Even so, is there...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade of rat, but there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy now. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted.
Don't you worry about me. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right. I will.
What do you need? So, what'll it be? That it? Fine.
crack the crystal too? You're joking. Playtime for the pack, is it? Let me introduce you to mine. Farewell. Get him! Sick him! Get him! Get him! Kill! It's over. And then there was one. Soil and strip. Farewell.
That wasn't too bad, was it, Torgal?
Well, don't just stand there, Gob. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Back, are ya? What's that for you, dear? Not bad, if I do say so myself. And?
He cracked.
crystal too? You're joking.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
You mean the Iron Kingdom? Good girl.
Faster!
Don't get surrounded. Straight home now. They don't look happy. Peace at last.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear. No excuses now.
Not quite. She said there was one...
She said that.
She...
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway there.
Mid.
Hugo Kupka's dead, isn't he? We don't have to live in fear.
Oboleth, have you seen...
Yep. You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across. But anyway, I was on my... Got a letter for... Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle...
Thank you, Oboleth.
Don't mention...
What tidings of... Trouble in Canva. Well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty...
Well, but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, just like when we built this place. Anyway, We all set to head to the old hideaway. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it?
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my...
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you. But we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
We need to find a way into Drake's tail. And we will. Together, this time.